So I wanted to do a response video to several videos because there's all this stuff going, circulating on YouTube. How to spot a fake natty, who's natty, whatever. And I want to give my thoughts. Plus views are nice too. So let's online coach.
A lifter is they're not overdoing it on protein. They're not doing 2.5 to 3 grams per body pound, right? It's closer to like 1 to a gram and a half. Pro tip right there. So that's what I do, whether I'm cutting or bulking. I'm anywhere between 150 to like 160.
Okay, let's cut it here. Basically what he says in this video, if somebody's not natty, they'll be using 2 to 3 grams of protein, which is possible, but there are people who eat a lot of protein and that's their genetics, so you might accuse them of being on steroids. They're not. So, or somebody who is on steroids or is on something that's not steroids, and it just and they don't use it. It could be like, I'm a cyclist or I'm a climber, and say for that sport they use that, whatever. Here's Alpha Destiny's way to spot a fake natty.
If a guy is extremely muscular, okay, I say extremely muscular being 17 to 18 inch arms, and he's shredded at the same time, shredded being 6-10% body fat, but he's weak as shit, there's a very, very, very high chance that this guy's using drugs. In particular.
So, note these two methodologies are just tendencies. So these two things aren't, they're not things that work all the time, like fat-free mass index, and there's maybe somebody's just a genetic god. With these guys, plus the whole idea, let's look at something else. So here's a study. So you'd wanna, if somebody's on steroids, you'd possibly see strength gains and increments of body weight. But there's charts, I don't have it all with me, but of what strength is, how strong you should be at a certain level. So if you've been working out 2 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3, 5 years, there's these certain stepping stones for each weight class, and this is separated by weight classes, like about 181 pounds, 165 pounds. The idea is when you get into each of these weight classes, there's like a strength gap, almost like you reach a new level. So here's what the Hodge twins have.
Hey man, you can't not always tell if someone's juicing, man. Some people are genetically gifted. Just because you can't make those type of gains or have that type of physique doesn't mean that person's fucking juicing. There's a lot of people on YouTube that came out and say, yeah, I take fucking juice, and they don't look nowhere near.
Okay. So the idea behind that video is it's basically flaw proof. Well, I mean, it's not flaw proof, but I want to say this method that I have should work most of the time. Okay, so here's a calculator. It's going to tell me how much muscle I should make. So let's say I've been training for less than 2 years. I'm 20 to 30 years old. I follow strict building nutrition. I work out pretty much, as much as I can. I have good genetics. I'm 5'6". This is the only thing that's not arguable. I'm definitely 5'6". I exercise like 11 hours this week. Usually I probably go closer to 4. It's like it skips from 3 to 5. Let's see what I can get. I can get a total of 21 pounds. And that main idea, it's not from growth spurts. Here's what I can be at different body fats. So I'm currently about 158 to 161 pounds. So I know I'm not in this range. of body fat, and I know that's within acceptable limits of the natty. So I have a friend, and I know their statistics pretty well. So let's say they're also in the same age range. Let's say let's keep all this except okay. They're 6'1". So let's do that. They can gain 15 pounds. So they can gain less weight than me. They also lost weight, so they're 225 pounds, and they kind of had abs. So they're in this range, and they've reached the maximum weight limit for that range. So right here, I'm starting to smell bullshit. You know, this person saying how, I work out 2 hours a week, and no, they go and work out 2 hours every day, and work a full-time job and go to college. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not seeing it. Plus, they were also dissing on full body workouts. Like, I commented that I do full body workouts, and they're like, oh, it's like, you can't do that. The only muscle you work out every day is abs. So I'm like, kind of smelling is coming. Let's go into other things. So, going back to this, the effects of steroids. There's gains of strength and gains that's attributed to lean mass. Reduction in fat does not occur. Let's see, do I have it open? Here are the effects of steroids. Acne, breast growth, shrinking testicles, voice deepening and growth of facial hair in women, high blood pressure, heart problems. So that would probably be similar to the symptoms of heart disease. Liver disease, including cancer, which I figure could spread to other things. Kidney damage, aggressive behavior. So basically, they are going to assume you're psychotic. Let's see. Do I have it up? No. Another thing, not only do your testicles shrink, you can't get as much sperm. I looked this up. I looked up the scientific terms. I'm not on anything. I'm not doing anything. I don't look like anything. There are people related to me who have much better stats. So I'm not on anything. It'd be just idiotic. So the first guy, online coach, was saying saying how much protein you need. So this is saying that you need about 0.8 grams per kilogram based on structural requirements, meaning to maintain your muscles. What I do the finger quotes, and ignores energy metabolism. Around the 5 grams per kilogram part, that's when it exceeds the liver's capacity to convert excess nitrogen to urea. So you're going to pee out your protein. Yeah, Hodge twins say that something's wrong with you if you pee out your protein. Let's do a little calculation. Okay, so first calculation, that's my BMR. That's basically a number based on my height, how many calories I need. So this week I should be consuming that, and I didn't exercise today because I gave blood, but I figure I burned the same number of calories. I lost 600 calories immediately, and not only do I have to replace that 600, yes, I know that equates, but I figure it takes more calories to build, like how muscle, there's what, 200 grams, depending, it's like 2/3 water, so, but it still requires a pound's worth of fat of ATP. Oh yeah, we don't burn calories, we burn ATP. I Google. Yahoo doesn't have this. Another thing, the study one of the studies that I referenced said that leucine is key in building muscle. But look at this: soybeans, lentils, cowpeas, peanuts, and nuts. So here's the top 10 if you count these two beef as basically the same thing. It's beef, okay. So these have 5 out of the top spots. They have the top 3 spots. Let's think of this as a music reference. If you're in a band and your 3 main guys all had the most records that year or whatever, or songs, or you had the most charting hits, and then you also had 2 guys, but then all the, or that genre had 5 people in the top spots, but then there's another genre that also has 5 of the top spots, but not as high, and they're saying, oh, you guys aren't as good musically talented. So, I heard people say, like, vegans are weak, vegetarians are weak, so there's no evidence of that. There's no reason you should be able, soy's calorically dense enough so that you should get all your protein. Like, I have like soy burgers that are just basically all protein. Let's see, did I cover everything? Shit. Sorry about the cussing. Let's see. Okay. Let's check this out. WebMD, steroid effects. So yeah, I'm gonna go into this. Are they gonna have a list? What are they? Why do some people use them? So this says they use it to lower body fat, gain muscle, before it was saying and gain strength. So that wasn't even proven in the study. It meant it may reduce sperm count. So your body's not producing it. It's not like it's killing it. It's not even producing it. Shrink testicles. You might not be able to father children. Enlarge breasts. I hope that wasn't permanent. So in women, it could increase body hair, make skin rough, decrease breast size, enlarge the clitoris, deepen the voice, high blood. So here's the really bad ones: high blood pressure, heart attack, high levels of LDL cholesterol, lower levels of HDL cholesterol, liver disease, possibly liver cancer, higher chances of this when taking pill, oily skin, acne, male pattern hair loss. I think I already have these. Still not on steroids. No, there's no way. Skin infections become severe if the drug was tainted with bacteria. Irritability, rage, aggression, violence, uncontrolled energy, false beliefs, delusions. So right here, there's some psychotic symptoms. So I got, that's not even, teens are at the same risk, and their bones might stop growing. They may not reach your full height. You can have withdrawal symptoms. You might not want to eat, be tired, be depressed. So that would be symptoms similar, to going off antipsychotics. So you could have psychotic symptoms on those, psychotic symptoms coming off those. So yeah, people just, and oh yeah, I want to comment, like, this guy just, he says, hey, here's my kids, and then, he's, it looks like him on 2 different days, or his friend or whatever. I don't know. There's 2 guys, different facial hair. I think the 2 guys go back and forth, whatever. Hannah, Alpha Destiny? I don't know. I haven't been following him that long. This guy, this just looks normal for people their size. I'm not saying anybody is or isn't. I'm just saying, at some point, somebody's just too big. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they admit it. Basically, so that's all, folks. Toodles.